What up, guys? It's your boy Kicks from Malcolm, and I just wanted to have just a real honest conversation. And personally, I've learned over the years that I don't typically like being in a vulnerable place, and I feel like a lot of people may feel the same way. Let me know if you'd agree. But you know, when somebody exposes something about you that may be a flaw, or maybe something that you feel like you're already like on the edge of not really being sure if you're doing it right, or if you just know you have room to grow, so it's just like if somebody calls you out on it, even if they're giving their honest, loving opinion, it may feel hurtful or painful at times. And the normal reaction would be to just resist, to run away and not want to deal with the problem. And typically that would be my way of dealing with it. Or another way would just be to go write or journal, or, maybe just do something to try to get your mind off it, watch Netflix, whatever it is, just to try to get away from the problem. And then you end up later coming back to the problem and it doesn't go away. And so what I found out is that I gotta face it head on, even though it doesn't always feel good. And I realized that life doesn't always feel good. I realized that also Jesus talks about this. He says in the world we're gonna have trials and tribulations, but be of good cheer, I've overcome the world. And he gives us a commandment to go love one another. So I have to go do something. It's an action. It's something that has to be done. And after like hearing that in my mind, I'm like, I got to go do something. I was like, I can sit there and write all I want, but I'm like, the problem is still probably going to be there if I haven't went and spoke to the other person about the issue that's at hand, because they're affected too, just as much as I am, even if I don't know the whole details or all the, the whole story. And so I decided to just go face it head on, have the conversation, express and explain that I felt vulnerable. That hurt, that bothered me. It doesn't feel good. I don't like feeling vulnerable. I don't like feeling like, you're emotional or whatever it is. But in the end, it usually feels a lot better than holding it in or trying to vent another way when there's another person involved. It's just like, I need to go talk to the other person. They were hurt too, possibly. So it's like, go deal with it. So I went and dealt with it, talked to the person, felt a lot better after the conversation. Still some things I need to work on and that I can grow from, which is totally fine. We have room to grow. That's what keeps us humble. And so I'm excited that I get to continue to grow and to learn from my mistakes. And instead of just beating myself up and feeling terrible and like I'm never going to be anything, that's just like a bad spot to be in. That's a bad way to think about yourself as a person. And so if anybody else is going through something similar where you get defensive when somebody tells you the truth or tell you something, honest opinion about something that you're passionate about, of course that's going to hit home. Of course that's going to hurt. You might take it personal. But don't be afraid to talk about it and have that conversation. So if anybody else feels the same way, I would love to hear your comments. Be blessed. See you next time.